Hey guys, this is FPL Tips. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see the screen. Should be all good to start. Pin captaincy on the comment. Yes, I will pin captaincy on the comments once I am sure of what the captaincy order should be. Don't worry. So that's what we're going to do through the stream, and that is why I've not pinned it yet because I'm not very confident on one captain pick, and then I don't want to pre-force it. Let's just go through the stream and decide alongside. Yep. Yeah, people can see Watkins or Tony. If I had to choose, I'd go Tony. I would 100% go Tony. There's no doubt about it. Tony is the better one, and you should be going Tony there. Let me know if you guys getting a lot of background noise. There shouldn't be, but there's some construction going out, so there could be. My options I asked about says Parth. I think one is Robertson, Digne, Bailey to Cucurella, Patterson, Gundogan. The second is Robertson, Digne, Bailey to James Henry Zaha. I think James Henry Zaha seems like a more better option to pick out and go for. If I was going, I would go for James Henry and Zaha. Yeah, and if for the people who are joining, keep liking the stream, keep hitting the like button so that it pushes our content to more people as people keep joining. Will Walker play? Yeah, I think Walker plays. There's no problem. Yeah, there's some background noise that background noise is apparently started after the stream started, and it's new to me as well. Anyways, it shouldn't be a huge problem unless they keep continuing doing that. Perisic, I think he starts. There is no news, and I'll keep checking that on Twitter. That's what is going on my phone. So I think it's pretty common consensus that Perisic will start. If there's news otherwise, I wouldn't. I would tell you guys, but I think as far as we know, it's Perisic starting. So we would stick with certain news of that sort. A lot of people taking hits apparently. So there's a lot of hits flying around in terms of getting Perisic in. I have considered a hit as well, but I'm not sure if I'll be going there. But overall, I think I'm going to stick to Salah captaincy. I don't want to. I might switch to Haaland, which is currently on my team at the moment on the screen, but most likely we'll go safe and go Salah. I don't see the reason why I should, unless I figure out something in during the stream, that should be switching to Haaland. That will not. Otherwise, it won't be my move. So currently, as it stands, it is Salah captaincy. Okay, let's go. Yep, going wrong with Saka. Going with Saka captain, I wouldn't go there. Da Silva or Reed, a replacement for Willie. If I had to go someone who's around the 4.5 million by million point range, Da Silva is the guy. He's nailed to start at least. He'll get more minutes and get more outlet to points. It's not a screenshot. It's actually my live team. So if you guys want, I can switch it right away. Make Captain Salah and keep it that way so that people don't get confused. I have no option going with back five with Nico. It's not a bad option, but I don't see a clean sheet as people who are hyping it up. I don't see a clean sheet. I think he could get some outlet in terms of attacking points, but not a clean sheet. Rodrigo and Andreas, who to bench? I would bench Andreas. I would play the more attacking player, the player on penalties. So Rodrigo starts for me. Raya or Allison? Allison, if I had to. Diaz alternatives Gundogan, Foden, or Kulusevski. I think Kulusevski is a genuine alternative. If you're looking for a 1 week alternative, Madison is an alternative. Uh, Foden is an alternative, but I think not necessarily Gundogan. I don't think Gundogan is very potent as an alternative. He will tick along, he'll get you points, but not necessarily an alternative to the other three options. I still have to share the link on Instagram, so I'll do that side by side by answering your questions as well. Play Neko, Bailey, or Andreas. I think Bailey out of them if you can, if otherwise Neko. Because the point ceiling for all of them is almost the same. Best defender under 5.5. Cucurella. I think Cucurella starts hands down, goes out the best defender. If you can get Zinchenko, yes, Zinchenko is also good enough at that price. Neko Pereira, I think I'm leaning towards Pereira because I think there's more potential of points there. He could get an attacking return. I'm not very confident that Neko will get anything. So you're basically putting it out as a midfielder who's playing in the front two versus probably wing back, which could get some attacking returns, and I prefer the midfielder who's playing in the front two. Don't want to take -4 for Rodrigo as it's against Chelsea. I wouldn't take a -4 for Rodrigo. I wouldn't take a -4 for anyone apart from changing structure this week. So even not for Perisic. I'm not very keen on going taking a -4 and going Perisic. If it's coming in as a free, then I'm fine. If it's as a hit, I'm not very keen going there. Thoughts on James from Cucurella? I think it's fine. The Chelsea defense looks good. That being said, Leeds can score on the counter. Leeds can exploit us on set pieces as well. We're not very good on set pieces. So I wouldn't say that it's a nailed on clean sheet. If you want more clean sheet points, I think the City double up is better. If you want more attacking threat, I think Cucurella being on corners and at certain set pieces will help you more. He's playing as a wing back, which helps his case as well. And he has great crosses to put in the box. Salah or Jesus captain want to go safe? Salah. If you're going safe, if you want to go really safe, then go Jesus. But I don't think the ceiling is very high with him. I'm not very confident of Bournemouth being a walkover fixture, to be honest, for Arsenal. So that's something you want to consider. If you really want to go by EO, which is effective ownership, then go Jesus. I think he's already 80% owned in the game. Very likely that he'll probably be the highest captained as well in this game this week. Rash or Perisic? I think it's not a comparison. It's Perisic, so you got to go there. Haaland or Salah? I'm torn 50-50 by it as well. So that's there. I'll put out a poll. Let's see who are you captaining. Captain game week 3. There might be change in slide. No, there is not. Well, fine enough. Salah, Jesus, Haaland. I don't know if there are other people going Son and Kane. That would be great if there's someone who's going Son and Kane. Son/Kane. I think Son or Kane is a good captaincy option. I've put out the poll, so let's see how and what everyone is doing. Neco or Bailey, who to keep? I think Neto is a better keep if you had to keep someone. United Liverpool predictions, we'll do that later on. Son has never scored against Wolves. I think, but he still played very good, so that's fine. -4 for Kulusevski, I wouldn't take a -4 for Kulusevski. Should I play Trippier over a Pereira? 100, not necessary actually, not 100. I wouldn't. There's no clean sheet there. It's supposed to be Robo, Digne, Bailey for Cucurella. Henry Zaha, I would do it. If not James, then it's still fine. I think the clean sheet's there. Either of them. I'm asking a friend if we have news on Perisic. So we will have confirmed news probably by the end of the stream if he's starting or not. Start 2, Neto or Da Silva Trippier. If I had to start 2, I'll start Neto and probably Da Silva. I think because we know that he's starting and Damsgaard is not fit enough to start, I'd prefer him over Neco. Is it good to captain Kevin De Bruyne? I would take a chance on Kevin De Bruyne, not over Salah or Jesus personally. It depends. It's the same bracket where you're falling into Haaland, Salah, Jesus category. It's the same. It's a Man City player after all versus I'm not able. So there's no response and no news in terms of Perisic. So there's no news on Perisic as of now. I am not sure if we'll getting any additional news. As of now, there's no news. Whom to captain, Salah or Jesus? I would captain Salah if I had to. Is it worth selling Podence to Gross today or roll and play Podence and sell Bailey to Gross next week? I would, if you can play Podence this week, I would do it. There's no huge harm, and I could buy Gross again next week for Bailey because Bailey out is probably a priority. Second, it gives you one more week to assess Gross. So that's something you want. If that is what you're getting this week, then why not? Jensen or Da Silva? If you can get Jensen, that's a better option. I really think Jensen is the better option to go for, and I've posted it on other places as well. In terms of Perisic, we might have news. I've posted it on two possible sources. Anyways, why captain Salah over Jesus? I'm not interested in Jesus for two reasons. One, I don't think it's a game where when you see the Bournemouth versus City game, 3 goals out of the 4 are pure brilliance by Kevin De Bruyne. Majority of the chances are also brilliant output of Kevin De Bruyne. I don't see that being replicated by Arsenal. Yes, they're a good team, they're playing very well, but I don't see any player who could replicate what Kevin De Bruyne did. That's a reason why I'm not very fond of that Arsenal game. Secondly, I think at home Bournemouth are much better. They will defend more deep. They will defend more compact after losing to 4-0 to City. So I don't think it will be a 4-0, 5-0 bashing by Arsenal. 2-0 seems like a more appropriate scoreline for Arsenal versus Bournemouth, and I think there could be more high scoring games in the game week. Plus, between an forward and if it's between Jesus and Salah, I'm more likely to go to a Liverpool player with penalties and being a midfielder. Yeah, Bournemouth are good at home, so I'm not very keen. I don't see Arsenal going 4-0, 5-0 against Bournemouth. Probably 2-0 seems like a more like a decent scoreline or a more probable scoreline in my opinion. Do you think Kulusevski would have more goal involvement than Diaz over the next 4 or 5 weeks? No, I don't think so. Do you think at home they might be aggressive? Could be on counter. They're very decent at home in general, so it's not a very easy game to go against. Wildcard team says Nandi. I think I've posted a wildcard team on the Instagram channel, so it's probably the same team. There are no more changes. I think Perisic comes in as we've said, and that's the only change I would do to that wildcard team. Zaha plus Williams or Luis Diaz plus Cucurella. Luis Diaz plus Cucurella, I think. Double up Acker Cucurella. If you don't have James, then go Cucurella. Go the Chelsea clean sheets. Get them those points. I think if you have Cancelo, that's enough cover for City. Do you see City scoring more against Newcastle than Arsenal against Bournemouth? Yes, I do see City scoring more against Newcastle. But the thing with City is they can restrict at 1, 2, but they can also open the floodgates and go 6, 7 as well. So that's not the case with Arsenal. I think Arsenal still scores. They will score maybe a 3-1 situation or a 2-0 situation. Most probably 2-0, but I'm not sure with City. It could either be 2-0 or 6-0 as well. So the spectrum is too wide with City. I have a weird feeling that if someone teams looks good before a game week, they always score less. It's a curse. Yes, it is a curse. I've seen that as well. So I know what you mean that I've seen that as well in terms of teams looking great before a game week, but then going out, especially in away games, and not doing that well. Any changes to this team, says Deep, Cucurella, Saha, Martinelli, Kulusevski, Jensen, Haaland, Jesus. There's no need, it's pretty template, and if your template is strong and the template is looking good, but I don't see a reason to changing it. Why does Salah have a red color in front of his fixture? I think it's probably because of United being a tough fixture. I think United will turn up. So they're not playing Harry Maguire, is what we know for sure, which is a huge upgrade. Last time it's majorly because of Harry Maguire. I think there's a chance that Casemiro is also deployed in the game. They might be able to register it. So that's there. Chelsea defender necessary. They have great fixtures coming on from now till about game week 16. They have good run of fixtures. So you want to get on early on those clean sheets. Cucurella plus Zaha or Williams plus Diaz. I'm not sure which Williams are you talking about over here, but again, if the the other last time you put Cucurella plus Diaz, I think Cucurella plus Zaha might be the better one then. Best Bailey replacement within 5.9. I think Gross. That's stand out there. Will Patterson play? Yes, he will play, and we should switch to our bench order sheet. There's about 39 minutes. This timer is a minute ahead, so don't worry. You will get adequate time even if the timer goes down to 0. Will City versus Barca lead to rotation? So this is also a thing. Now City versus Barca is a friendly game. Obviously we know that, and Pep has mentioned that the players who've not been getting minutes will play in that game. So let's say if I assume Haaland starts this game, I don't see a reason for him to get subbed off earlier on, which is why I'm more leaning towards Haaland, which is a positive in Haaland captaincy, because he doesn't need to get more minutes in the Barcelona game. He can easily come in the last 20 minutes and get a decent amount of minutes, and that's fine for him. He doesn't have to really go out and play that. He can play the full 90 over here. I think whoever starts this one for City plays the entire minutes. Apart from the defense, I think Stones will get subbed on. At some point, maybe Sergio could get subbed on. And I think one of the wingers who doesn't start starts the Barcelona friendly. Alvarez starts the Barcelona friendly. And that is why I'm very keen on captaining Haaland. Have same teams as yours, say sort of, but apart from Rodrigo, I have Gross. Any changes which you think I have points in the bank? I don't think there's any change necessary if you have the same team. It's pretty much fine with this game week, and next game week you can go for it. If you still had to make a change, I would go Walker to Perisic if you want to. If not, then I think it's a totally fine team. James captain, I have a strong feeling he'll thrive. It's a very differential, and the problem is that Leeds can score. Leeds is not a team which is guaranteed a clean sheet for Chelsea. They can always score. Leeds is a very attacking team, and the risk is too high with a James captaincy. How nailed is Walker? Walker is 100% nailed, at least for the next 3 game weeks. I don't think Sergio has been put into directly into the squad playing 11. I don't see that happening. There could be a situation where some games Ake is pushed into left back once Stones is fit. But till then, at least till the next 3 game weeks, I think Walker starts. After Tuchel's press, does it mean Cucurella misses out when they go back 3? Because Chilwell plays left wing back. No, I think it probably means more that Cucurella can play both positions, so it's not necessary that he will miss out. It's very likely that Cucurella plays in the left centre back role if they switch to a back 3. Yes, when Fofana comes in, there will be some changes. There could be changes, but I still think Cucurella will be first choice. Fofana will be a backup, and it's very likely Thiago Silva is used less in the games, in the league games, and it could be a centre back pairing of left centre back Cucurella, centre back Fofana, and right centre back Koulibaly. Walker and Rodrigo for Robertson and Neto for a -4. I'm not a fan of removing Robertson for Rodrigo. I wouldn't do it. Captain who? Salah, Haaland, Jesus, Trent. If I had to put them in order, I would probably captain Salah. So we'll put out a ticker over here as well. I just put out a new ticker in terms of for captaincy. Wait, let me see if I can. Okay, we'll add it to this so that we have captaincy over here. So first I think is Salah. Oh, the screen might have switched. Wait, yeah. The second for me is Haaland. I think Haaland is a better captaincy option than Jesus. The third would be Jesus, and fourth would be differential people, and then you can accordingly captain someone. There might be a switch in terms of screen. Yeah, that should be fine. So captaincy is probably Salah, Haaland, Jesus for me. I think the only reason being I'm not very pro on Jesus is one, his ownership is too high. Even if you captain him, I don't see any rank in. It's better that he blanks and you captain someone else. That's probably a better scenario for you guys. I don't see Bournemouth a very easy game for Arsenal. I think the ceiling with Salah and Haaland are much higher. Okay, I'll end poll, and these are the results in terms of the poll as well. Where can I see it? Yes. I'll pin this poll result if I can. It had 152 votes, which majority people are also going Salah captaincy. Jesus is second highest captain, and Son and Kane are purely differential, as you can see it, 5% captaincy only for them. James and Gross or Cucurella and Zaha? James and Gross, I think. Neto for Rodrigo or save the free transfer? I would Neto to Gross. I don't. If you had to go between Gross or Rodrigo, I just put it out there. I think Gross is the better option to go for. I wouldn't have the B on my keyboard, so Gross or Rodrigo. Yeah, that's out there. If you're buying someone, this is the order of preference. Is Andreas Pereira fit to play? Yes, he's fit to play. Chances of United game not going ahead due to protest. So apparently the protest calls have been going slightly down in terms of after the Casemiro buying. So they've come down to a situation where there will be a protest, but they will not stop the game. So it's more like the game should go on, but the protest will also be there. Start Jansen or Andreas. I think Jansen. Jansen is the better one. What shall send his team? Bailey, Andreas, Greenwood. Is it worth holding a transfer or should I get Gross for Bailey? With your midfield, I think you should go gross for Bailey and remove Neko Williams from your starting 11. Salah or Jesus for captaincy? Yes, I would go this. I'm going Salah or Jesus for captaincy for sure. I think that's the option to go for. Some weird stuff on my camera. Yeah, it's back. I think my camera is back. Da Silva or Andreas? I think Da Silva. He's starting for sure. Damsgaard isn't, so that's a plus point in terms of an attacking player starting for an attacking Brentford team. Why Salah or Jesus? I feel the fixture isn't the best for Jesus. I still feel the fixture is more open and potent to Salah. They've said that the game is going to be. I think Ten Hag has also said that they're not going to change their approach. So it's not going to be a defensive approach from United, but the same approach that we using in the first two games. Yes, Jesus has been outperforming and he's done very well. But again, the Bournemouth fixture isn't the easiest to play, and especially away from home, it's not going to be an easy game in my opinion. When you take Rodrigo directly after game week 3 ends, I think if you want to buy him, if he does well in game week 3, get him right away. Thoughts on Zaka playing as an 8, only 5 million. I wouldn't really go there right away. I think better options are available around his price, especially. So not a buy for me. And also because it takes up a third Arsenal spot. So you want there are 4 standard options from Arsenal, 5 technically. Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, Zinchenko, and Ramsdale. There's also Saliba at 4.5. So there are better value price per points options from Arsenal. So you don't want to book a spot and take in Zaka there. Mitrovic or Tony, who to start? If I had both, I'd go Tony. I'd definitely go Tony. I don't think United is going to take another loss. Yes, exactly. It could be a tough game, but again, there's always the and because Salah is on penalties and he's so high on bonus points, he gets one odd penalty around the 60-70 minute mark. He's getting 2 plus 5 plus a bonus 3. That's 10. That's 20 points for a captaincy, which is very probable. I think Salah scores 1 goal at least in that game, and that is why Salah should be first in my opinion. Can I start making FPL content account now? You can obviously start now. Yes, and you can make an FPL account now. I don't think that's a problem. Brentford keeping clean sheets. I think Brentford has decent odds for clean sheets. If you look at, if I had to buy a cheap defender around 4.5, I think my top 3 options would be Ben Mee, Dunk from Brighton, and third would be Rico Henry from Brentford. Did it go wrong? Did it go wrong? Yeah. Okay, so I made some changes and the script has gone wrong. I'll have to update that. This is the thing, when you try coding, this is what happens. So it's supposed to be